Welcome to what is so funny? Hi, welcome to
Mackenzie
and Mom.
So, Mom, did you know that this month is Life Insurance Awareness Month?
Yes, I did know it was Life Insurance Awareness Month.
This month, we're going to focus on talking about different kinds of life insurance. And so today, we're going to focus on life insurance for young couples who are going to start their families. So, Mom, what type of life insurance would you recommend for those young couples who are just now starting to have kids and starting their families?
So there's different types that are available for young couples starting a family, depending on what your income is.
Right.
Makes a big difference on what kind of life insurance you can afford.
Right.
So for a family or even a couple that's just married that will eventually start having a family, that maybe they want to get term life insurance. That is definitely the least expensive it is. It's like renting a house as opposed to buying a house, right? You pay a certain dollar amount, and if something happens to your spouse, then the other one will get a tax-free death benefit.
So those who would purchase term are looking for more of a death benefit for their family if something happens to them.
Correct, because they would want that income replacement that they are probably used to have.
Right.
It's term, meaning you can get it for a term, a certain length of time. So you could do a 10-year, a 20-year, a 30-year. They even have 30-year terms.
So what about for those couples who want to use life insurance for other purposes than just a death benefit?
So they have what they call FIUL, or Fixed Indexed Universal Life Insurance. And this is kind of an all-in-one type insurance policy. It's the most expensive there is.
Okay.
It's also one that I do highly recommend for families that are starting out. If you have little kids, it does a lot of things. So when you're planning for your family, once you have children and something happened to your spouse, you're left in a hard situation, right? Because now you have children that you have to think about. Fixed Index Universal Life is very flexible. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's a flexible premium. When I say that, I mean the money that you put into it. So you can choose.
Okay.
So you can put in more or you can put in less, depending on how much you put in is how it grows. So you always have to pay for life insurance. You have to pay for the cost of life insurance. It does cost, right? So outside of the cost of the insurance and the fees that they would charge to manage that, above that, if you overfund it more, that earns interest. So it's nice with that type of insurance because you do have income replacement. You also have college funding that you can pull from and help pay for college. If you want to buy a house, right? So as your family gets bigger and larger and the kids start growing up, maybe you want to move into a bigger home.
Okay.
And you could pull some money out of your life policy, your cash value, and use it for a down payment on a house. Maybe you need to buy a car down the road. Maybe you need a bigger car because your family's larger now.
Could I use it for vacations, family vacations?
Absolutely. You can use it for a family vacation. What's really cool is you can even use it for retirement and get a tax-free retirement for the rest of your life.
So if I have a 401k at work, and who knows if Social Security will be there or not by the time I'm older, but if I have my 401k, I have my Social Security, this is also a good place for retirement income that's tax-free that I don't have in those other areas.
Right. So based on how much insurance you have and how much you pay for the insurance that you put into it, will depend on how much you get back. So you have to kind of stay between those parameters, and that'll keep it tax-free.
So, Mom, why is life insurance so important for young couples, those who have kids, and those who don't have kids? Why is it so important?
So life insurance is protecting your financial future. Really important. And this is when people really think about life insurance is it's when they get married and when they start to have a family. They're thinking that's when it hits them and they're like, oh my gosh, what if something happens? Because now I have kids. Now it becomes a big deal, right? So you want to protect your financial future of your family. That's who you want to think about. So there's always a death benefit.
Right.
And that's what you pay for.
No matter what type of life insurance you have,
No
there's
matter
always
what.
a death benefit.
And that's the main thing, is
Right.
that you have that death benefit, which becomes income replacement. And that's what's going to protect your family.
Right.
So you're basically the unknown. As we know, life happens, right? You hear that all the time.
Yep.
So we don't
It does.
know how long we're going to live. We don't know what's going to happen. Things happen to people all the time, whether they're young or whether they're very old.
Yep.
You know, it can happen. Anything can happen to anybody at any given time. And so life insurance protects you and your family from the unknown, the uncertainty of life and your finances down the road. What you've done is you've created a fantastic nest egg for yourself, and you've created retirement. You've planned
Right.
ahead. So now you've really got a nice little financial strategy in place to complement any of your other strategies that have, any of your other assets or your
Right.
401ks that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So it's just a very wise choice for young families to think about.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it.
Thank you guys so much for listening today.
To episode 12.
Already, I can't
Already.
believe it.
I
Wow.
know.
Okay. So we'll be back Friday live
Yeah.
with questions. If you have any questions about life insurance.
Yeah.
Or-
We'll be live on Facebook Live at noon on Friday. So everyone tune in. Next week, we're just going to go ahead and tell you, we're talking all things college funding
college funding.
with life insurance.
And the
next
importance of that and how that works and can also play a role in your overall financial planning. So
week. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
have a great week.